안녕하세요. Exchange 첸첸첸의 조앤
And Megan.
입니다. 안녕하세요. 익스체인지 첸첸첸 세 번째 시간이네요. 저희 프로그램은 서대문 지역에 함께 살고 계신 여러 다문화 가정들과 외국인들과 조금 더 가까워질 수 있도록 노력하고자 만든 프로그램으로 세 번째 시간입니다. 여러분들도 언제든지 사연 보내주시고 참여하실 수 있는 거 알고 계시죠? 자, 그럼 메간과 인사 나누고 오늘 얘기 풀어가겠습니다. Hello, Megan.
Hello, Joanne. How are you?
Yeah, and how about, will you say hello to the audience too?
Of course. I felt very American right there, or very Western, saying, hello, how are you? Which is weird for me because when usually sometimes that's just a greeting. That's very American, going, hi, how are you? And usually you don't mean, how are you? But I truly mean it. How are you today, Joanne? Are you okay?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
today?
of course, okay.
Good. I mean, I hope everyone else is okay too. I'm excited to be here for another episode.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. And Megan, you know what we will gonna talk about?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, we
Wow,
talked about
great.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haggling.
Haggling. Here we are. Let's talk about some haggling.
You know the meaning of the haggling, right?
Yeah. Definitely know the meaning. It as you know, I've lived in quite a few different places and come from a different culture than Korean culture, but I feel like there's a certain spirit of haggling that is within many cultures as well.
Oh.
And also, yes, I mean, whether I've haggled here or in other places, just this idea of also, bartering down.
Bartering down.
Bartering. So to barter, I think, is kind of a similar thing, whether it's like exchanging things for and trading. I think that's kind of in the same vein as haggling. But haggling has a spirit of its own, which will be fun to talk about.
저는 so I think that in American way and in Western type, you just only have the fixed price system.
When I mean like, so what I was maybe trying to get at with the spirit of haggling is it has to be in certain environments. So yes, like I can't go to a coffee shop, even here. I can't go to any kind of coffee shop and say, hi, you want me to pay 6,000 won for a coffee? I think I should pay 4,000. Like you can't do that, right?
Okay.
So it's the spirit of there are certain environments where there are fixed prices, but there are other places where maybe we call it getting a deal, but like I'm also an artist in the art world, and so sometimes there is haggling the price of a painting or
in Western.
Yeah, I think it's a universal, it's a global thing of haggling, and
It's new.
New for you.
Yeah.
You didn't know this.
I didn't know.
Oh,
about
really?
that.
Really? So
Yeah.
do you think here in Korea there's
I think
more
it's
of a spirit
Korean
of it?
special feature.
Okay. I mean, I guess I've experienced it throughout the world, but it is in specific environments, I would say.
지금 메간한테 제가 haggling, 그러니까 우리나라 말로 흥정이잖아요. 그거에 대해서 저희 나라에만 있는 일인 줄 알고 물어봤더니 아니라 그러네요. 서구권 사회에서도 많이 일어나는 일이라고 얘기하는데 흥미로운데요. 앞으로 얘기를 재밌게 펼쳐가 보겠습니다. Then, to begin with, I will explain about haggling in a short way.
Go for it. I'll gladly listen.
Okay. In our country, in the middle of the bustling cities, there are traditional, vibrant, huge markets. Here, you can easily find a centuries-old practice, haggling, in Korean, 흥정. You know that?
흥정.
Yeah, 흥정.
흥정.
Yeah, 흥정.
I've never heard that, but okay.
Yeah, which is an immersion into a cultural phenomenon that has been integral to Korean society for generations. As you know well, it's a negotiation over an item price. It's a kind of dynamic dancing interaction between buyer and seller where both parties aim to strike a mutual beneficial deal. As a buyer, you are expected to engage in friendly banter, showcasing your interest while haggling for a lower price at the same time. As a seller, employing various tactics, they take pride in their ability to read customers and adapt their sales strategies accordingly. So haggling in Korean traditional markets is more than just a transactional exchange. It's cultural tradition. So whether you are a seasoned negotiator or novice explorer, just immerse yourself in the scene. And in the case you get the discount, you will definitely want to go back to the store, I bet.
You bet.
Yeah,
By the way,
I can
can I just say one wonderful explanation? Whatever you write and say, that was such a well written, well discussed, just little speech you just had there. I just want to say, great job. I appreciate all the work you do with this. Is so good. So many great words. So many. You made it sound. You used the word to dance. It's this almost
dance interaction.
And I think that's a perfect way to talk about haggling or to talk about just that interaction that we have in life, but haggling in particular with this. I think you're right. Sometimes maybe because I come from not always the environments where I have haggled. Like I have, don't get me wrong, ever since I was young. But it is different in different cultures. And something I have noticed here is you kind of are. I learned that early on by a Korean person. They go, no. You need, like, it's kind of part of the fun is to haggle. And I think not everyone is used to, like, that's part of it is we find that fun. And I'm like, okay, good to know.
Yeah, that's right. So, and then, you told me that you got the beautiful boots
I love
around 2 weeks ago.
I love how you call them beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone. They are just a normal pair of Doc Martens.
okay.
But they are, I got a good deal.
Didn't happen haggling there.
I did,
You
yes.
did,
So-
absolutely, you did.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So something I've already learned with haggling a bit is obviously it helps if you speak the language. And I don't know much of the language, if at all, and I sometimes just feel silly in general, and I don't know if I get nervous, but I kind of like go, "Whoa," and I just freeze, and I say, okay, and so I do it in English, or this time with the boots, the woman who was selling them to me was, she did not speak any English at all, which or she pretended she didn't, which is fair, great. But she had a calculator.
Calculator.
And,
Oh, good
And so
method.
she would like put that. She put the number in. And
so easy.
Easy,
to
right?
understand.
So so she showed me the number, and I think if I remember correctly, it was like 95,000 or 100,000 for a pair of. I believe. I mean, these are real Doc Martens. Those who know that brand, if you know, you know. It's a brand name. But like I'm always hesitant to buy the brand, one, because they're very stereotypical artists. So I'm like, am I being too artist right now? But also they have a bad reputation of being like, of hurting. But this pair I found, like, yes, they have, like, because they're hard to break in, meaning they're stiff and leather. But I found a pair that actually fit, and I wear my shoes down until they die, and so I need it really like dead, like holes in the shoes, hurting my feet because I don't buy new shoes. So I needed a pair of shoes.
So economic.
So yeah, it was honestly part of why I got them, and yeah, I did haggle. I think it was like 95,000 or 100,000, and I'm just like, no, like still great. For like a vintage pair of Doc Martens, 100,000 is a great deal. But I'm like, I also didn't want to spend that. I don't have a ton of money either. So I'm like, let's try it. I think I said 75,000 and she's like, no. And then I was like 80 and then she said 90 and I go, what about 85? And so I got them for like, it was like, I think it was 85. And that's what I got. So I did haggle.
So good deal. So
Yeah,
good deal.
using the calculator.
Your approaching attitude is so good, So you have to express your polite and then
Well, yeah.
interest
Yeah.
at first, and then as a kind of way that I'm very interested in this item.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I am short of money like this.
Yeah.
In a very polite way.
I think so too. And I think there's also an aspect of like you said, it is a dance, and depending on where, because maybe whether it's foreigners or other people, like sometimes people, like the people selling, they want to screw you over, So sometimes as foreigners, like people are on alert, like, oh, they're trying to sell something to me for more than they would sell it to someone else, which
yeah, that's right.
which
That's
happens
true.
too. And so, and I think that's kind of part of haggling as well. So it's feeling out.
Yeah, that's right.
You feel out the energy of,
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
trying
it is needed.
to screw me over? Are you trying to upcharge me? Or are you trying to, like, let's dance? I love that. I'm
Yeah,
going to keep
dance.
using that.
That's the proper word.
Yeah. Good job. That was all you.
네, 제가 메간에게 얘기를 들었는데 2주 전에 아주 멋진 굿즈를 여기서 샀다고 들었거든요. 근데 너무 만족해 하더라고요. 그런데 아주 좋은 가격에 샀다고 얘기를 들었기 때문에 지금 좀 물어봤어요. 그랬더니 그때 있었던 해글링에 대해서 얘기를 해주면서 좋은 가격에 아주 좋은 제품인가 봐요. 저는 잘 모르는 브랜드인데 그런 제품을, 진짜 가죽 제품을 아주 좋은 가격에 진짜 그 상점에서는 볼 수 없는 가격으로 구했대요. 너무 만족스러워하고 있어요. 참 듣기 기분 좋은 얘기네요.
Thank you, by the way, for doing that.
Yeah.
You
Welcome.
do such a good job with that.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. 네. 네, 그러면 메간 얘기를 간단히 에피소드를 들었는데 노래 한 곡 듣고 이어가겠습니다. 노래는 빨간 사춘기의 썸입니다.
편히 섰던 것도 잘못인가요? 나 차가운 도시의 따뜻한 여잔데 그냥 좋아한단 말도 안 되는가요? 솔직하게 난 말하고 싶어요. 사라져 아니 사라지지 마. 내 맘을 보여줘 아니 보여주지 마. 하루 종일 머릿속에 네 미소만 우리 그냥 한번 만나볼래요. 나 오늘부터 너랑 썸을 한번 타볼 거야. 너 매일매일 내게 전화도 할 거야. 밀가루 못 먹는 나를 달래서라도 너랑 맛있는 걸 먹으러 다닐 거야. 너무 sweet and hot. 정말 달콤한 걸 너무 sweet and hot. 그냥 좋아한단 말도 안 되는가요? 솔직하게 난 말하고 싶어요. 사라져 아니 사라지지 마. 내 맘을 보여줘 아니 보여주지 마. 하루 종일 머릿속에 네 미소만 우리 그냥 한번 만나볼래요. 나 오늘부터 너랑 썸을 한번 타볼 거야. 너 매일매일 내게 전화도 할 거야. 밀가루 못 먹는 나를 달래서라도 너랑 맛있는 걸 먹으러 다닐 거야. 사랑은 이렇게 생기는 게 아니겠어. 어쩌면 내 맘의 반쪽을 내게
칼국수에서 이렇게 깊은 맛이? 진한 국물의 사골 칼국수와 만둣국, 가시를 하나하나 발라낸 부드러운 사골 황태국, 김치 하나까지 손수 담가 내오는 장인의 정성이 듬뿍 담긴 음식들. 따끈하고 든든한 한 끼 팔방 칼국수에서 만날 수 있습니다. 푸짐한 전골에 30년 비법의 수제만두 한 접시를 곁들이면 모임이나 회식도 오케이. 남가자동 이웃들의 입맛을 사로잡아온 백년시장 맛집 팔방 칼국수에서 사계절 변함없는 맛과 인심을 누려보세요. 팔방 칼국수 0507-1450-2398 0507-1450-2398
자, 1부에서 메간이 며칠 전 신발 구매 때 있었던 해글링에 대해 얘기하면서 재미있었던 경험을 들었습니다. 그런데 메간이 해글링에 대해서 겪었던 또 다른 얘기가 있다고 하거든요. 들어볼까요? Megan, will you introduce your another episode of your haggling where your friends won? Just okay.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I have a few, I guess. So let's pick and choose, but also let's see. So I'll let's see where to start. I think talking about the environments where it is appropriate to haggle. I think at whether it's markets or a big one, I like to vintage or thrift.
Yeah, of course. The department store, a big store. Oh no,
You can't.
No, I can't.
And also just I just don't prefer to shop in most places. As I've kind of mentioned, I also I'm very particular about what I wear and what I purchase because either I just have a certain taste and a certain way I do things, but also I have lived a life where I've pretty much carried my life with me. So I can't have 6 pairs of trousers. I have 2, 3. I can't have 8 pairs of shoes. I have 4 max, so I'm very particular about what I wear. So buying these boots that you said that we mentioned earlier, it's because my other pair died. It's so going to a vintage market or a thrifting, secondhand, great place to haggle.
So enjoy the shopping at the thrifty shops.
Yeah, and it is fun because
So economy.
so economic, but sometimes not. Sometimes you're buying good vintage, and therefore it is more expensive. So it's knowing the quality, right? Because I'm very particular about wearing whether it's full cotton or wool. Or linen. I like my good fabrics and also well-made, which you find a lot with vintage. So when you find a good thing, that's when haggling is really fun. So my boots, I said, got 15,000 off. At the same day I got the boots, I needed to get something for a costume, whatever. Also, it's fun to find fabrics. If I'm not going to wear the skirt that I bought, I can sew it into something else because it's a good fabric. So I was looking at skirts and other things, and there was, I think my way of haggling is, I don't know. So I'll do things I'll try it on, and then I got one. It was supposed to be 20,000, but I didn't even haggle for 15,000. I just said, ooh. Because it was a lovely made skirt, really well made, but it wasn't real suede. It was a synthetic fiber. And I was like, ooh, I kind of wanted it to be, I just go, ooh, it would have been nice if it was suede. And so the owner is
Suede wood.
Yeah. And the owner goes, oh, you wanted that. Oh, okay. I guess I'll give it to you for 15,000.
15,000.
15. So I got 5,000 off, right?
5,000
15,000 is great for a really well-made skirt, right?
15.
And then I had also tried on another skirt because, like I said, I needed it for this acting class I'm in right now. And same thing, it was 30,000, and I just look at it, I go, that's way too much. Especially because I'm it doesn't fit me. It's too big on me. I would have to fix it anyway. And I was just nah, hemming and hawing, I'm not trying to be whine about it. I was just going, oh, I probably wouldn't buy this. And he goes, okay, 20,000 final offer. And I'm oh, okay. Okay.
20,000.
20,000. So for the price, for 5,000 more than I would have gotten one skirt, I got two skirts.
Wow.
Yeah, because like one was 30,000, got that one for 20. Got the other one that was supposed to be 20, got it for 15. So for 35,000, I got two skirts.
Wow, that's great. So great deal.
It is.
메간이 아주 큰 재미있는 거래를 했네요. 그러니까 그 스웨이드 스커트가 진짜 스웨이드가 아니었는데 그 재질이 마음에 안 든다 그래서 5,000원을 깎았나 봐요. 그래서 2만 원짜리를 15,000원에 사고 또 다른 스커트는 조금 너무 큰 거였는데 허리만 조금 크고 마음에 들었나 봐요. 그런데 좀 크다고 좀 불평을 했더니 3만 원짜리를 2만 원에 깎아서 와우 몽땅 35,000원에 스커트 2개나 그것도 마음에 드는 걸 골랐네요. 와, 정말 you seasoned.
I guess so. I think my way of haggling, sometimes I don't know. I literally just go, might not get it then. And I don't mean to haggle sometimes, but I do. Because I went into that place knowing that I need to haggle. Because the last time I was at that place, I went with a Korean. And they were telling me, they go, no, this is part of it. You gotta haggle. And so he was buying me some clothes because I needed clothes. And I got like a pair of leather trousers and a couple sweaters. And I think it was supposed to be like closer to 100,000 for all of it. And he ended up getting it down to like 70,000, like 60. Like it was very. He got like he haggled down quite a lot. And so I think like it is beneficial to speak the language.
Maybe it could be a third.
Honestly, like or even like
total.
exactly like so you can really, especially in that kind of environment. It was the same place, like the vintage market, and so. I think there's just that spirit there of like, let's go back and forth, or you just don't get it.
Like dancing. as I
Dancing
said
for sure.
before.
I think a good thing too is like, if you really want it, then you're going to be adamant that you get it. But sometimes I have the attitude of like, I don't actually want that thing that much. Because like I said, I'm picky about what I buy, or if I'm going to use it, I'm like, oh, I can get something else. And sometimes that attitude gets people to put the price down.
And to be honest, you are not, good at speaking in Korean.
Yeah, I
How
don't.
could that be possible?
Well, and I think that's why sometimes I'm okay with paying a little more, right? Like I maybe could have gotten one of the skirts down to 12,000, or I could have done something more if I spoke Korean. But I acknowledge that, hey, they're being kind enough to speak English with me, so I'll pay a little more. I think I have that attitude going in
you
too.
got some poor experience about that.
No, it's a good experience. I think it's fine. Like, because I'm coming in with the attitude, they're part of what I'm paying for is them speaking in English to me. I kind of,
in that way.
yeah. So like, I will
okay.
pay a little extra to, as a thank you. Also, yeah, it's my own fault for not speaking Korean.
Good way to
yeah,
think.
yeah. So it was nice going with a Korean person because they kind of told me, yeah, haggling is a thing. Do it.
Just do it.
Just you gotta do it. It's part of it.
hesitate. Don't hesitate.
Right. But also knowing that they're going to do it better. One, because the person I was with likes doing it and has fun doing it, but also they speak the language. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Let me have a time to translate.
I got you.
네. 조금 메간이 그 전에 영어 한국어를 잘 못해서 메간이 한국어를 잘 못하잖아요. 그래서 조금 약간 바가지 아닌 바가지를 쓴 그 경험이 있나 봐요. 그 기회를 통해서 그 해글링이 필요하다는 걸 절실히 느끼고 배웠다고 참 생각하는 태도가 굉장히 긍정적인데요. 그리고 또 어떤 경우에는 그 해글링을 통해서 거의 총 가격의 3분의 1이나 깎은 적도 있었나 봐요. 참 굉장히 그 노련한 딜러인 것 같습니다. 네. 그래서 메간의 얘기를 잘 듣고 자, 그러면 이번에는 노래 한 곡 더 듣고 계속할게요. 음악은 정글의 Back on 74입니다.
Keep me walking on the same line. When we get high in the breakdown, we're just watching from the same time. But that don't change when I break down. Think we were talking about the same crime. No, we don't hate when it rains down. Learn my lesson at the same time. Ooh, where did it go? Back home, 74th Street. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Keep me walking on the same line. When we get high in the breakdown, we're just watching from the same time. But that don't change when I break down. Think we were talking about the same crime. No, we don't hate when it rains down. Learn my lesson at the same time. Ooh, where did it go? Back home, 74th Street. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Let it go, let it go. Ooh, let it go, let it go, let it go. Back on 74th Street. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Let it go, let it go. Ooh, let it go, let it go, let it go. Where did it all go? Back on 74th Street. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Back on 74th. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Back on 74th. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go?
땀 흘려 일하는 당신의 곁에 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터가 있습니다. 노동법 강좌와 청소년 노동인권 교육, 무료 노동상담, 소상공인을 위한 노사 관계 지원과 취약계층 노동자를 위한 문화복지 사업 등 일하는 사람들을 위한 사업을 진행하고 있습니다. 임금체불, 부당 노동행위, 산업재해, 직장 내 차별행위 등 일하다가 겪는 어려움은 무료 노동 법률 상담 02-395-0025, 02-395-0025로 전화주세요. 배달라이더, 택배기사, 대리기사, 요양보호사 등 이동노동자들을 위한 슈 서대문 이동노동자 쉼터에는 다양한 업무 편의시설과 안마의자가 준비되어 있으니 이동 중 힘드실 때 언제라도 쉬어가시기 바랍니다. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터의 소식을 좀 더 알고 싶다면 카카오 채널 서대문 노동자센터를 검색해주세요. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터는 일하는 모든 사람이 존중받고 노동이 아름다운 서대문구를 만들기 위해 노력하겠습니다. 당신을 응원하는 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터와 함께 오늘 하루도 힘내세요.
여러분은 지금 서대문 지역 공동체 라디오 91.3MHz의 익스체인지 첸첸 채널 듣고 계십니다. 그럼 메간이 여행했던 다른 나라들에서의 경험들도 좀 얘기해 달라고 해볼까요? Megan, I know that you have traveled to several countries,
I have,
right?
yeah.
Uh-huh. And then I can assume that you must have experienced this kind of haggling, similar things there.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny you say that because it's true. I had said in the beginning that haggling, I think there's a spirit of it in most places around the world.
Most places.
I would say, and it might be different, and
A little bit different.
a little different, but also similar.
Similar.
Yeah, and because it depends on the environment you're in, right? Like if you go to a food market, like sometimes people in some places it's okay to haggle down, some places not. Sometimes I just accept I don't know the language, or I started traveling in when I was 20, or really not just, I don't travel most. I like live in foreign countries or countries
Not
foreign to me.
traveling,
Yeah,
just
so I like
living.
live there. And they're definitely when you're younger at times too. It's a little shy to do it, but also
Yeah.
I don't want to inconvenience people with my English at times, so I just kind of accept the price. But there is like haggling for sure. Like I've lived in Taiwan and definitely aspects there. Also with I don't know. Even when I don't do it, people just give me free things sometimes. So it's or like really
Clemented.
yeah, they just kind of like give me things. People just give me things. It just
Without paying.
or like I buy a thing and then they go, oh, here's this thing for free, and I'm like, okay. And so with that, right, it's always discerning too. Sometimes they're doing it because it's a pastry at the end. I'm at a coffee shop for however long. It's a pastry that they would have thrown away, so they give it to me. Like right, so they're
Because you are a foreigner?
I no either I was
Well,
there
you're
longer.
beautiful?
You said it, not me. But I think sometimes there just is maybe I give off an energy where people just give me things. But there is also the, balancing whether is it. Sometimes people act like they're doing you a favor when they're really not. And I have an experience of that I had here. I've had it many times, but the most recent one did happen here where I had seen these. I'm not going to call out the flower shop. I won't do that to them. But I saw these dried flowers, and they were at another place, like not at the flower shop specifically, but the flower shop was selling through a coffee shop. And I saw them and I just thought, oh, pretty. Like, that's lovely. Dried flowers, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed the price. The one color was, I think, $15,000. The different color, the one that I would have gotten, was $13,000. And I thought
15
so
for one.
well, not just one flower, it's like a little tiny bouquet, but
tiny bouquet.
I also think the flower shop is a bit bougie. Like they pride themselves on like a fanciness. Fine, whatever. Also, flowers are expensive. So I had just thought about it, and I also just like flower. I like earth. So I just thought, okay, I was just curious, and they weren't at the coffee shop. So I thought, oh, I'll just pop up to the flower shop, which was right at it. And also just to look and see what they were all about too. And I kind of asked about it, whatever, get to the point where she's like, okay, here's what we have of dried flowers, and had the ones I was looking at. And this is where I mean, like, you kind of go, okay, are they messing with me? What's going on? Are they screwing me over? She said 20,000.
20,000.
Right? It was 13,000 first. And then she's like 20,000, but she was going to give me like another little piece to like along with it, calling it service, which that's something I've learned here is when people say service, it's a free thing.
Yeah,
that's a very Korean way of doing
that's
it.
right. That's right.
And so it's like, I just felt like, if anything, I would have been saving if I would have gotten both. Looking at the prices she's had, I would have only been saving 3,000, right? But she made it sound like I was getting this great deal. And that's to me, I don't like that because like if I'm going to haggle, I'm also an artist where like yes, I appreciate that you need to be paid a fair wage. Like I get that. But there's sometimes a certain energy which feels more corporate and more like capitalist to me that is very, they make it sound like they're giving you a good deal when really they're screwing you over and they're just trying to like get rid of things. And I'm like, no, that's not the spirit of haggling. That's, you know, not fun. that didn't feel fun. So I said no. I said no.
You didn't say no.
I did. I said no.
you
I'm
said
like,
no.
I'm not going to feel bad about saying no to this. Like, no, that's too much. And I knew what she was doing because I knew the original price. And that's just an example that I had here, but I've had that in other places too. Yeah. Like haggling, meaning I think especially as an artist, right? Like
artist.
people like to haggle down your prices, and sometimes that's fine. But there is definitely a long, I think artists are often underpaid, and people who, there is an underpaidness of, well, I want to pay this. It's like, well, that doesn't even cover the cost of the materials I use. Because, there is that sense of haggling, happy to do it. But so I definitely try and feel it out in that way, if that makes sense.
Okay. Then no, let me
Of
have
course,
some
yeah.
time to...
I could tell I'm like, that might be too much to translate, but go ahead.
Okay, too much.
Sorry. Good luck.
네, 메간의 경험담을 좀 들었는데요. 꽃집에서 메간이 외국인으로서 좀 쉽게 보였다고 할 수 있나? 근데 그래서 기본 원래 가격을 알고 있는데도 7,000원을 깎아주는 척하면서 서비스를 더 주겠다는 식으로 거래를 제안했던 기억을 하면서 그 거래를 자기가 원래 가격을 알고 있으니까 거절했다는 경험담, 약간 좀 부정적인 경험이었네요. 그런 걸 얘기하면서 메간이 예술가니까 예술가로서 자기가 공을 들이고 정성을 들인 제품을 팔 때 흥정을 너무 많이 이렇게 하려고 하는 그런 고객들을 보면 그거는 좀 너무 노력을 몰라주는 그런 방법이 될 수 있기 때문에 약간 dangerous 할 수 있다고도 표현을 하고 있어요. 이해가 가죠? 메간의 얘기가 굉장히 와 닿는 것 같습니다. 왜냐하면 저는 약간 흥정을 잘 안 하는 사람인데요. 메간의 얘기를 들어보니까 너무 와 닿고 이해가 가네요. 자, 그럼 메간한테 조금 더 메간이 여러 나라를 여행해 봤기 때문에 다른 나라에서 있었던 아티스트로서의 그런 경험담을 제가 더 물어보겠습니다. So, Megan, you have experienced a little more about haggling as an artist when you're traveling around.
Yeah, like as an artist living around the world. Yeah, I think... I maybe have a particular experience of my living and traveling because
Particular?
Well, I think when people think of, hey, you've traveled, like I'm not someone who travels. I live places.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
So I'm not, and I've been, to the extreme extent, I have been a starving artist. And so that means going.
Starving artist.
So meaning like going, I'm not going to places for fun to buy things. I'm going somewhere because I need it, right?
And appreciate.
And as I've grown quite specific about what I buy, that has come from because I haven't always had the money for it. So which is, I guess, maybe where haggling comes in. More of the experiences I have are whether it's trading, like which I think is a form of haggling. Like if I've been interested in a thing. Sometimes, like I said, people just give it to me or they like go, oh, you look like you could use this. And so I'll like, for instance, when I was living in Berlin, I was just like given clothing. People just give me clothes. Like I had a leather jacket.
Give you some jackets.
Yeah, like I had a leather jacket I wore all the time when I was in Berlin because like that's what they would give me. I just get things. Or like I think there is a spirit of sharing and of like trading and bartering in that way where like I'm giving my skill, but like, and you either have a skill that I want or a thing I want, and we trade that. So, or like like I've had some bartering with my artwork. Like I think I mentioned it in another episode where I right now am helping a woman who runs a pottery studio. I'm teaching her English. And what I get in return, like no money is exchanged. Like part of the bartering, part of the haggling, I guess,
So
is
she gave you what?
I get access to the studio, so I get to use the space for free, and I get some clay for free, and she gives me tips about working with clay. So it's kind of like a skill and material, and I get to fire my pieces for free. I think there's like but that is a bit different than haggling. I would say, right? That's more
Of course.
trade,
Of
right?
course. That's right.
And so I guess, I mean, obviously, have I lived in Taiwan and I go to a market and I can get some food for cheaper. Like if I go, hey, I want this, can I get, instead of paying, I don't know, like 100 NT, so Taiwan dollars, can I get these two things for 100 NT? It's like, yeah.
They gave?
Well, no, yeah, I mean, like, because it's part of haggling, right? Like, hey, I want this vegetable and this vegetable, but can I pay less? Or
I said you're seasoned.
I guess so. And I think part of my seasonedness just comes from, because sometimes I don't ask for the discount. I just get a discount. Like I'll go and I'll just be like, hey, and this is where like sometimes I think they just do it just because like I buy these two things and maybe because I paid full price for my vegetables, they give me a free vegetable, which they might have done anyway. But like I just kind of get things, or like I buy one thing and they give me another thing for free. So because I've really only lived in Taiwan. I guess I gone to Hong Kong and I've done the whole haggling bit there, like go to the clothing stores and you haggle down a whatever you want, but like so yes, I've done it in Hong Kong. In Europe, if I think about it, some places you can
In Europe.
and why I mentioned the whole being an artist and like the whole artist aspect of myself is it's usually in those spaces that I've experienced it. So I'll go to other artists' studios, or I'll go to an art fair or something. And so if I want to buy a print, instead of paying maybe 15 euros for it, they'll put it down to like 12,000 or 12 euros, right? So like I've haggled in that way. And same in Scotland when I lived, like a big one. I think it's a lot of like clothing. If you go to like a thrift store, clothing is a big one. Like some are like particular, but there's certain kinds of thrifting and vintage shopping where you can knock the price down. Like the jacket I have, the leather one that you've seen me wear.
Yeah, I remember.
I think that was supposed to be like 50, or maybe more than that. It was an expensive.
50.
Well, it's a real leather jacket. It's from like the
50,
80s.
leather one.
50 pounds, yeah.
50 pounds
it was
means
supposed to be so British pounds. So the
British pound.
yeah. So and it's a real leather jacket. I think it's from the 80s. I'll have to correct myself.
Isn't it so good deal?
It's good. But I think I paid like 35.
35.
See, I like just asked for it to be lower. And I think the biggest thing that I know with haggling around the world is if you get in those environments, whether it's like an art environment, food environment, or clothing. Those are the big ones for me. And maybe just like, or a traditional market. When you get to those places, you just got to kind of see. And so sometimes you say something, like if I go to that thrift store and I am like, hey, okay, you say it's, especially if there's no price, you go, how much? And then sometimes you just pay it because you can tell there's an energy where they're like, I am not bartering with, I am not haggling. But I always just kind of try. If I can, or if I'm tired, I don't, or like nervous, I don't. But usually it's the energy of you go somewhere, usually with food. Again, like I said, food, clothing, and art. So it's like those are kind of the big ones that I know that there might be a spirit in the dance of haggling. So I'm just going to try. And so sometimes you throw it out. Sometimes you're cut off, like just stopped. They go, I said 80. Okay, let's do that. Or I'm leaving because I don't have 80 with me because I need that extra for like food later or like don't need it. So it's always just finding who has the spirit and does this space. And if not, okay, that's fine. It's just accepting it.
오케이. 자, 메간이 얘기한 걸 제가 간단하게 우리나라 말로 요약해 드리면, 그러니까 메간은 일생 동안 많은 그 흥정하는 그런 스피릿을 좀 얻게 된 것 같은데, 많은 공짜 물건 같은 거를 받으면서 바로 흥정의 태도가 몸에 배인 것 같다고 그렇게 말을 하고서 예술가로서 또 외국인으로서 그런 흥정에 대해서 또 가격을 원래 가격보다 더 많이 부르는 그런 경우도 많이 있었거니와 또 푸드나 전통시장이나 중고 가게나 그런 예술 작품 같은 데서는 그 해글링 같은 게 많이 일어나고 있는 그런 바로 장소라고 얘기하면서 그것뿐만 아니라 바터제처럼 이렇게 나의 어떤 노력이나 또 예술 작품 아니면 어떤 서비스 같은 걸 제공하면서 여행가들이 제일 필요로 하는 장소 제공을 받는다든가 아니면 필요한 것들을 각각 그 장소에 따라서 필요한 것들을 알맞게 제공받는 그런 경우들이 많이 있었다고 얘기를 하고 있네요. 그리고 분위기와 장소에 따라서 흥정이 많이 달라질 수 있다고, 어떤 경우에는 좀 너무 많이 깎아오는 사람들을 보면 조금 좀 예술가로서 좀 불편할 경우도 많이 있고, 그런 경험까지 얘기하면서 얘기를 들려줬습니다. 자, 그럼 이번엔 메간이 다음번 물건 살 때도 좀 도움이 되도록 한국에서 한국어 한마디를 알려줘 볼까요? Now, I will give you a language tip.
Okay, so how I can...
Yeah, you can use that word in Korean right now.
So to better haggle in Korean.
That's
okay,
right.
Thank you. I'm ready to learn.
You know the Korean word for give me a discount.
Okay. Ready.
좀 깎아주세요.
So
좀 means a little.
So 좀
means a little.
Okay.
깎아 means discount.
So 좀 깎아.
주세요 means give me.
주세요. Okay.
As a polite form of give me.
주세요. Okay, so 좀
깎아주세요. Would you repeat many times?
Oh gosh, so 좀 깎아주세요.
Again.
Okay, 좀 깎아주세요. So
do it.
Again.
Okay.
You want me to keep? Oh gosh, it sounds like a mantra. So 좀 깎아주세요.
자, 메간이 한국어 연습하는 동안 우리는 노래 한 곡 들어볼까요? 이번엔 We the Kings의 Check, Yes, Juliet입니다.
Check, yes, Juliet, are you with me? Rain is falling down on the sidewalk. I won't go until you come outside. Check, yes, Juliet. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Now fall in my arms. Now they can't change the locks. Don't let them change your mind. Lace off your shoes. Here's how we do. Run, baby, run. Don't ever look back. They'll tear us apart if you give them the chance. Don't sell your heart. Don't say we're not meant to be. Run, baby, run. Forever we'll be you and me. We're fighting through the night. We're fighting through the night. Way up high. The view from here is getting better with you by my side. Run, baby, run. Don't ever look back. They'll tear us apart if you give them the chance. Don't sell your heart. Don't say we're not meant to be. Run, baby, run. Forever we'll be. Run, baby, run. Don't ever look back. They'll tear us apart if you give them the chance. Don't sell your heart. Don't say we're not meant to be. Run, baby, run. Forever we'll be you and me. You and me. You and me.
네, 앞에서 메간이 한국에서 물건을 살 때 있었던 경험들과 메간의 그 여러 나라를 여행하면서 있었던 경험들을 들어보았어요. 이제 우리나라의 흥정 문화에 대해서 저의 개인 의견을 말씀드릴 차례네요. 물론 메간의 의견도 들을 거고요. Now, let me show you my personal stance about haggling.
Would love to hear
And then after me, you can have time to show yours.
it. That sounds great.
Great.
Love to hear it.
Okay. At first, mine. Haggling in Korean traditional market can be seen as a cultural interaction between merchants and customers. When buying or selling items in the market, it is customary to negotiate the price, a process that confirms the value of the goods and seeks a mutually satisfactory price.
Lovely.
This benefits both parties, offering customers affordable prices and providing sellers with more trading opportunities and increasing regular customers. And more, it provides cultural experiences with more communicating. I cannot say that it's not a core value of a Korean culture, appealing to domestic and international tourists alike. Haggling in Korean traditional market with its long history plays an important role in understanding Korean culture. So, just enjoy our lovely atmosphere and uncover and feel the Korean people's rich energy in the market.
I love
That's
that.
mine.
I love it.
You love that?
Well, I think I really like your writing style. Calling it lively energy and
Thank
I think
you.
it's enticing.
Oh,
No,
thank you. Then
great.
show me yours.
Yeah, of course. I definitely agree with the spirit of haggling. I think as usually oftentimes the consumer in foreign countries, it is nice. It feels good to get a good price. I mean, one of the best ones I had recently was a pair of trousers. They almost gave me half price for it, for a really good quality pair of trousers. And it was like, oh, thank you. Like, they fit perfectly, great. And, you know, I think part of it with haggling is that interaction. And so I think,
right.
yeah, it's just a really lovely, anywhere in the world, there is that, as you said in the beginning, the dance.
Yeah,
I think
right.
the
It's
dance.
a kind of communication.
It is a kind of communication. And I love what you said about regular customers because, and that's when I've mentioned about freebies that I've gotten, like, or service. People will give you service. That happens to me at cafes too, where I'm not even haggling the price. But I think it is about, you know, getting regular customers and getting that
That's right.
relationship with people. And I think that's really important. Same with me as an artist, or when I've had my artist friends, like you gave me a good review. Like if they own a studio or whatever, and they'll give a little freebie, like as a incentive to keep coming back. And I think that's
That's right.
important.
Mhm,
And
they mean.
and it feels like, I keep coming back to you saying the word dance because it feels more fluid and it feels like a more enjoyable interaction than
That's right.
going to a store, which fine. Sometimes you need to go to the grocery store. Sometimes you need to go to department stores. But I just think there's this very human,
Some friendly.
exactly. There's a
some
human
warmth.
lively experience, like
That's
you
right.
said. And sometimes it's fun. It's almost like fun arguing, fun. You know, you just kind of you get it. I guess the only thing that I do have to say is PSA, fun thing. It's not serious, but kinda. Like
PSA, what is that?
PSA, public service announcement, which gosh sounds so serious. We use it in more of a cheeky manner.
Cheeky manner.
in English, but meaning you can use it in anyway. You can use it seriously, also in a cheeky manner. I'm doing it cheeky with a bit of seriousness. I've mentioned me as an artist, and we have talked about how sometimes both of us don't haggle that much because we understand the need for a fair wage. And there is, I mean, danger is a bit of an extreme word, but there is a bit of a danger of trying to haggle too much with artists or craftsmen or certain types of people in certain types of professions. That is dangerous a little
They
bit.
put a lot of energy and labor
A
to
lot.
make some
It's invisible.
artwork.
Yeah, it's an invisible type of labor.
That's right.
And people,
Invisible.
yeah, and people don't acknowledge it. And so by coming in with too much of a haggling energy is, I think, very unfair. And so I think just be cautious. With artists, craftsmen,
Yeah,
but
that's
you know,
right. We need it.
haggling is a dance, but it should be a fun dance, not a
fun
dangerous
dance.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
We should be careful.
Yeah, and you know, give each other warmth within it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you a lot. 우리가 왜 이렇게 자꾸 서두르게 되는지 모르겠네요. 자, 마칠 시간이 지금 넘었는데요. 자, 그럼 우리는 다음에 뵙겠습니다. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you next time.
See you next time.